In sports cards, the top prospects in the MLB sell for tons of money, but you have to be careful when you buy their cards. Timing is the key. You don't want to buy at the peak of the market because then it becomes very dangerous. We take a look right now. Baseball season's about to start, and the number one prospect is Konnor Griffin of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's 19 years old. The hobby's going crazy over this kid. If you look at the prices of his first Bowman autographs, first Bowman is the product that people want. Any Bowman, it could be Bowman, Bowman Chrome, or Bowman Draft, whatever the player comes in. It's all the same. As long as it says first Bowman in the corner, that is the card you want of young baseball players. We take a look at Konnor Griffin. He's 19 years old, has not played a game in MLB baseball yet. And his base auto in a PSA 10 is already selling for $1,200 to $1,800, anywhere in that range. And as I'm making this video, he actually just hit 2 home runs in spring training today. So his card prices in the short term, in the next couple of days, are probably going to go up. A lot of what happens is there's hype around baseball. People post clips on the internet of spring training, guys hitting home runs. Their cards take a little bit of a bump. And then once the season starts, the excitement tends to die down and prices tend to dip throughout the season for most players, barring a few guys who play exceptionally well in the regular season, maybe the top 3, top 5 overall guys. Last year would have been Cal Raleigh, someone like that. I'm going to compare Konnor Griffin's card prices to other players and show you the possibilities of what could happen to his card prices. We look at a guy like Juan Soto, who's the best case scenario for Konnor Griffin. They both play outfield. Soto came up super young. He made it all the way to the World Series. I believe they won it with Strasburg. Soto was a young kid. His Bowman auto first in a PSA 10 holder sold the other day for $2,500. And let's see if there's another one. $2,500 on the base auto in a PSA 10, while Konnor Griffin is going for $1,300 to $1,800. So he's going for about half to 2/3 of the price. He's 19 years old, and Juan Soto has already solidified himself as a World Series champion. I believe he's got an MVP. I'm not positive on that. And he's been one of the best players in baseball at the youngest of ages. He got a $500-600 million contract. Absolutely insane. One of the best players in the league, Juan Soto is. And Konnor Griffin, who's just 19, doesn't have any accolades at the MLB level, is selling for half to 2/3 of the price. Let's take a look at another guy in Corbin Carroll, who's a top 10 player in baseball. His prices are $600 for the base PSA 10 auto in the same card of Konnor Griffin, who's going for over double that. So you really see the fine line between a top 2-3 player in the game in Juan Soto and a top 10 player in Corbin Carroll. Even if Konnor Griffin was to become a top 10 player in baseball, that wouldn't be good enough for his card prices to maintain near the value they're at today. Corbin is unbelievable on Arizona. He's actually a friend of mine. He's into sports cards. He collects himself, and he's an unbelievable player, and he's selling for less than half of the price of Konnor Griffin. If you guys remember a couple years ago, the number one hype guy, similar to Konnor Griffin, was Jackson Holliday. His prices were insane, probably touch pricing similar to Konnor Griffin, but now he only sells for $400 in his base auto in a PSA 10, which is probably pretty high. To be honest, the whole baseball market is inflated right now. As I explained earlier, the hype in the baseball market is at a peak in late February, early March, because the season's about to start. Everybody wants to buy the cards of the young players that are supposed to do well. This Jackson Holliday card, it's probably going to be $250, $280 come April, May, maybe even less. So this one's going for $416 at the same time that Konnor Griffin's going for $1,300, $1,400. And these players were in the same exact spot. Jackson Holliday had the same hype that Konnor Griffin had. His prices were probably over $1,000 for the PSA 10 base auto, and now he's going for $400. So my point, to let you guys know, if you do have any Konnor Griffin cards, I would be selling them all right now, because even if he plays unbelievable, wins a World Series, gets close to winning an MVP, or does, the upside, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. You got a $1,400 card that could go to $2,300, $2,400 if he completes all those accolades that Soto already has, and I think he's been in the league 7-8 years. So you would have to wait all that time for his prices, Konnor Griffin I'm speaking, to go up not even that much, versus the downside, versus the risk. If you bought a Konnor Griffin for $1,400 right now and he turns into a really good MLB player, top 10, he's only going to go for $600 and you would lose half your money. And if he turns into Jackson Holliday, who's probably a top 75, 80 player with upside, he's going to go for $400, and then he's probably going to dip to $250, $275 mid-season when he's playing well, but he's not playing like a top 5 player in the league. The one guy that does defy odds and break this trend is Cal Raleigh, but he's a little bit different because he wasn't nearly as hyped as any of these guys. He kind of came out of nowhere last year, and those are the kind of guys that you want to invest in more, is the mid-level to lower tier, because you have a lot more upside when the player plays well. When you're buying the top prospects in baseball, it's very hard to make money, because even if they're like Soto, they don't go up a lot. That is my point of the video. I hope you guys got some good educational info on Konnor Griffin, when to sell, when to hold, when to buy for top MLB prospects. If you have any other content ideas or stuff you'd like to see, please drop a comment below. I'm going to make more YouTube videos like this. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you very soon for some more videos like this.